What's up, guys, and welcome back to Planet Zoo. That's right, baby, we are here. The full game has finally launched, and I'm excited, man. We played the beta a little bit back in September, and we had a fantastic time. This is one of those games I was just genuinely excited to play for myself. Like, not for YouTube videos, but just to, like, enjoy myself. And I had no clue that you guys were going to enjoy it as much as you did. So, I'm excited to be back. I'm excited we have the full game with all the features and all the abilities and everything else. Obviously, eventually we are going to be getting into the franchise mode where we can start up a zoo franchise and open various zoos around the world in different climates and temperatures and stuff like that with various animals. But I think a good place to start is going to be the career mode. So it's kind of a career mode, kind of a tutorial, kind of a storyline with some you know, dialogue and stuff like that. We already did the Goodwin house back in the beta, so if you guys missed that, I will have that link down in the description. But I mean, as you guys can see, there are, you know, a few missions here. I think they're typically 15 to 30 minutes, and I figured it'd be kind of interesting to start here. If it gets boring, we can cut it out early and go open our own zoo. But I feel like doing these and kind of learning and seeing various zoos around the world and stuff that the game put together might give us ideas to use in our own zoos and teach us new things to make our own zoos better and stuff. So I feel like this is kind of where we should start, and I guess we can branch out from there. So let me know what you guys think, but here we go.
Welcome to Madagascar. It's quite the change of scenery from dreary old England, huh? Apart from the weather, I suppose. They don't call these places rainforests for nothing. The zoo you'll be working in is an ape sanctuary, where we're doing vitally important conservation work. Not just for apes, but for all kinds of species. But apes, well, apes are some of the closest relatives to humans there are. And yet, the way the world treats them is like, well, very much like some of us treat our actual relatives. Anyway, that's why I'm determined that our operation here does some good. If we can all leave some part of the world in a better state than we found it, we'll have lived lives worth living. And speaking of states, I have a horrible feeling I left the house in a right one. When I get back, I expect my life won't be worth living at all.
What do you think of Madagascar then? Bit warm for my taste, to be honest. Anyway, this is Bernie's primate sanctuary. It's not just primates, though. We've got all sorts of animals. So why don't we go and have a look at some of them, eh? We'll start by taking a look at the red ruffed lemurs. They're the ones that look like they should be in a Shakespeare play. Come on, let's head over to them.
Dude, see, like, this is just absolutely beautiful, and something that I love is that the way this is set up, everything's kind of lifted up on stilts, as you guys can see, but then, like, all the keeper areas are all underneath here, so the guests never see the keepers, they never see the water treatment facilities and anything like that. They're all up here looking at the animals. So honestly, that's kind of cool, and we might potentially be able to do something like that in our own zoo. But here we go.
Red ruffed lemurs are found in the rainforests of Massoala. That's in northeast Madagascar. They can actually live anywhere from 15 up to 25 years. Fancy that, eh? Okay, when you're ready, let's go find our Bornean orangutans.
Dude, so cute. Are you kidding me right now? All right, so now we're going to go take a look at some of the orangutans over here.
The Bornean orangutan is such a marvellous creature. They're always a big favourite at any zoo they feature in, and they're also the biggest tree-dwelling animal on the planet. Assuming you don't count any lions that got stuck up one. Oh, why don't you take a better look at them? Open up their information panel and go into the animal camera.
Oh yeah, I was already in there.
Just incredible.
He is really beautiful. Look at those eyes.
When you're ready, let's go and have a look-see at some of our beautiful bonobos. They're quite the characters.
Bonobos, all right. Can head on over here. Dude, this is an incredible zoo.
It looks like we've arrived just in time. One of the habitat's barriers has collapsed.
Where at?
And wouldn't you know it, one of the bonobos has made a run for it. We'll need to catch them. But before we do, we should box up the other bonobos to stop them escaping too.
So we're gonna go into our animal tab
Click on
here.
Box all animals to box up the remaining bonobos.
All right, so we're gonna box everyone up, make sure they can't
Now,
get back
we'll
out.
need a vet to recapture that escaped bonobo. But it seems our last one left to do some research in the wild. Not an ideal situation. So, we'll need to hire a replacement, sharpish.
All right, so we're gonna come into our
Go into
zoo,
the
our
zoo
staff.
section, and then into the staff management area.
Can hire a veterinarian.
You
There
can
she
find
is.
all of your staff in here, but there's no time to go looking at their particulars at the moment. Hire a vet.
She's hired.
Great. Now let's deal with our escapee before they can cause too much havoc. Use the animal alerts to jump to the escaped bonobo.
Okay, so we can come into animal alerts.
And
We're gonna
then
jump
click
over
on the
here.
call vet button to call the vet over to capture it.
Look at this guy. He's just chilling, dude. He's
Okay,
not trying
that's
to.
a relief. So while the vet deals with our bonobo friend, let's go fix up their habitat so they can't escape again.
He's not trying to cause any
Let's go
harm.
over
Why is everybody running from him, dude? I would be like trying to pet him. Are you kidding me right now? Where's he going? I want to make sure the vet actually captures him before he can hurt himself. Look at her. She's just like, "Hello, sir. Would you like a gulpy?" Or he's thinking about it. This is amazing, dude. I like chilling with the animals, to be honest. Oh, and that's that. She took care of business. She's heading back to her post. Sounds good. So now we're gonna head on back over here, and
As you can see, the barrier's
fix it.
collapsed. Someone's taken their eye off the ball, obviously. Let's get this one replaced.
okay, so we can go ahead and delete it, and then we're just gonna put it back in
Good.
where I like that.
Now that we've done that, we need to make sure to add climb-proof barriers to the top. That way the bonobos won't be able to climb out. Just
Obviously
make
a
sure
good
you've
thing.
got the correct piece of barrier selected when you do that.
Okay.
Okay, so go into the options section and select which side the climb-proof barrier needs to go on. And don't get it wrong. We're more worried about bonobos climbing out than guests climbing in.
So we want it to be on the
Nicely
left,
done.
like that.
And I think it's high time we unbox those bonobos, wouldn't you say? The poor mites will get sad if we leave them in there for too long. So, it turns out that as well as the old vet leaving, the zoo's mechanics did too. We'll need to hire a couple of new ones so we can help stop any more breakouts. You see, mechanics do all sorts of helpful things around the zoo, but one of their most important jobs is taking care of the habitat barriers. Without mechanics around to repair them, the barriers will crack, crumble, and fall down. And before you know it, we'll be overrun with escaped animals.
Oh, I hear you had a bit of an issue with an escaped bonobo. The main thing is that you dealt with it swiftly. And more importantly, without the animals stealing someone's clothes, putting them on, and then walking out of the front gate.
You see, another
right.
key responsibility for our vets is animal research. Researching animals allows vets to unlock new enrichment items, additional information for our education resources, enhanced breeding programs, and improvements to food quality. The animals' food, not the vets. It'll take more than a research grant to improve the staff canteen. Anyway, as you can see, research is a key part of running your zoo. In order for a vet to undertake research, they require a research centre. And once again, that's something that this zoo is missing. So let's build one. I've marked out an area for you to put it.
I was really curious what this hippo's name was going to be, and it turns out that his name is Aswad. So that's kind of unfortunate, and he's showing us his best side. Was it a girl? It's a boy. Yeah, he's showing us his best side right now. Okay, so next up we're going to be building a research center, which is going to be right over here.
When we feel an animal is ready, we can release them into the wild. But what makes an animal a good candidate for release? Well, their age is an important factor. I mean, we can't release an animal that's a juvenile, just as we can't release one that's gotten too old. They'll also need to be fertile. After all, the idea is to repopulate the wild, so the best candidates will have a high fertility gene. And together, the age and fertility of a candidate will determine how many conservation credits we'll be rewarded when we release them.
Interesting. I didn't
Now,
know that.
Conservation credits are vitally important. They're the lifeblood of your zoo, because earning them allows you to adopt even more animals. And what's more, the animals you can adopt will be of a higher quality. So, with that in mind, let's pop over to our orangutan habitat. I'd like you to find Agang, the Bornean orangutan in the habitat, and select him, please. You can either click through each orangutan in turn, or select the habitat barrier, go to the animals tab in the habitat information panel, and find him in the animals list.
Buddy, you're about to be free. I love you, man. You got this. I believe in you. We're gonna release him into the wild. Oh, this kind of breaks my heart a little bit. It's gonna be sad to see you go, but we're gonna get 1,100 credits, so you're gone, bro.
To see him go, but he'll be happy out in the wild. And he's a wonderful candidate for release. Young, strong, and fertile. Excellent work there. You've definitely got potential, you know.
Whatever you say, girl. I appreciate the kind words.
I see you've been doing some homework. Although, it hardly seems like work when you're learning about something as adorable as a ring-tailed lemur. I imagine I'd have got much better grades at school if there'd been less algebra and more aldebra. Tortoises.
Okay, so far we've done a lot of work with habitat animals, but now it's time to learn all about exhibit animals. Let's build a brand new exhibit.
Sweet. All right, this is where it can get kind of fun.
How about we head over there?
Okay. Oh, this is going to be a small area.
Let's build a new exhibit in the gap that's been left. Just add it to the building like we did with the research center earlier, then pop it into the gap.
All right, so we're going to grab a new exhibit. We have not messed with this at all up until this point, so we just got to pop this guy in here.
Perfect.
Just like so.
The next thing to do is adopt an exhibit animal to go in there. How about a Gila Monster? Open up the exhibit trading section and adopt one.
All right, Gila Monster right here. It's going to cost us $438. Sounds good to me.
With habitat animals, we need to send the Gila Monster to the exhibit.
We're going to go ahead and move him, and we're going to place him in this exhibit.
When you send an animal to an exhibit, it'll automatically be given the correct setup.
Nice.
But that doesn't mean it's completely ready for them. So let's finish it off. We'll start by adding some enrichment items. Click on the exhibit to bring up its information panel.
Okay, so we're going to bring up the...
Now click on the layout tab.
Layout?
Oh, well, it looks like we've only got the enrichment level 1 items unlocked at the moment. Never mind, let's turn on at least one of them for the Gila Monster. As I'm
so
sure
this is
you
kind of
know
cool.
by now, you can unlock more enrichment levels by having one of your vets do some research. Now we'll also need to set the temperature and humidity in the exhibit. These are vitally important for keeping our Gila Monster happy and comfortable. Click on the Climate tab. Here you can see the Gila Monster's desired temperature and humidity. You can change both of these by adjusting the dials below. Make sure it's going to be nice and cozy.
So we're going to keep it at about 40 degrees Celsius. And then humidity, we are going to want to bring that down to very, very little. I'm going to put it to about 20. He's a pretty precise guy here. He really knows what he likes, and he likes it there. And pretty much there only. So we're going to try to get it to a good spot for him.
And the last thing we need to look at is setting up the different windows. So click on the Windows tab.
Interesting.
There's also an exhibit education board. Pop them down near your exhibits to teach your guests about them. Let's add one now.
So we're going to go down to facilities. We're going to go to our viewing devices and speakers, exhibit education board, and we can just kind of maybe place it over here if we can get people to stop walking in front of us. Maybe something right like that. Boom, looks good to me. And then we probably want to put that on the Gila Monster, right?
Lovely stuff. Now our guests can learn all about our venomous friend here. Right, now I've got a bit of a big job for you. I need you to increase the number of species in the zoo. You'll probably want to adopt both habitat and exhibit animals to do so, which will mean building plenty of new habitats and exhibits for them. Go on, off you pop. I'll check in with you when you're almost done.
Okay, so this is kind of cool. It was pretty, you know, yellow brick roady, kind of do this, do that. Here's an objective, there's an objective. Now we can get a little creative here. So our objective, have at least 12 species in the zoo, and we currently have 9. We've got 160K to deal with. All right, this should be good. I'm looking for opportunities for different exhibits and stuff like that. I mean, it's kind of tough. Again, because they have it all raised up on the stilts, so, I mean, I guess we have kind of an open area here. We could definitely build a few things out on this island. I think that's the obvious spot. Dude, this zoo is beautiful. They've got the little boats and stuff. They've got this little underground viewing. Oh, that's not really a viewing area. What's that for then? I thought you'd be able to walk down there and watch the hippos or something, but, yeah, seriously, it's really, really cool. I love what they've done here. So I think we could raise some land here and kind of catch these people. We could create some exhibits over here, and then potentially there might be more space around here. We could even maybe take that out. Or wait, what is this here? This is just an empty exhibit. So let's just start here. We're going to take a look at the exhibit animal market. We've got a giant burrowing cockroach. Yeah, fam, I think I'm going to pass on those. Tiger land snails. Okay, those are kind of cool, I guess. Ooh, we're getting a Goliath Frog, 100%, dude. Let me take a look at his Zoopedia and see what we've got going on. So, obviously, since he's inside, we're going to be able to have any biome there. Group size is 1 to 2. Non-dominant. Polygamous mating. Okay, cool. And 1 to 2 offspring. So I'm just gonna say let's get one of them. Looks good to me. Hey yo, Bunmi. Hey yo, you're coming to my zoo. Boom, there it is. Sent to the zoo. Throw him in the exhibit right here. Looks good. Oh, that is a dope exhibit. Are you kidding me right now? Look at that. I love the exhibits. I didn't know they had all this going on. So let's take a look at the climate. Looks like everything's already perfect for him. Bada bing, bada boom. That's one down. Do we have any other little exhibits that we can fill here, or should we move on to the big boys? So I think we could definitely put something here. Let's take a look at we're gonna take a look at our animal trading here. Let's see what we can add into this zoo. So we've got tapirs, bonobos, hippos aren't gonna help us out, obviously. Mandrills, red ruffed lemur, ring-tailed lemur. What? Ooh, chimpanzees. Okay. Let me take a look at the Zoopedia on these. Are these guys going to be okay to hang out together? Obviously they would, but it's going to be kind of a small group size. I don't know that that's the best thing for us, because if you take a look at our objectives, our other objective is going to get total welfare up to 90%. We can't really do that if they have such a small group. So I think we're going to need to do something different. Just kidding. We've got some more coming in here. So I'm going to go ahead and adopt these. I think eventually they will keep popping up. Sometimes if you close the animal center and then reload it back up, more of them end up coming. Now if we open up our Zoopedia here, we're going to go down to the western chimpanzee. And let's see what we need for our habitat. We need 780 square meters. At least 80 square meters of climbing, and grade 3 climb-proof fence, at least 4.125 feet tall. First thing we're gonna have to do is increase the height of the land over here. Otherwise, all these people are not gonna be able to see these things. So we're just gonna bring up the height of the land, so it's a little. Let's make it more intense and bigger. So it's a little more in line with some of the other exhibits. Grab a habitat gate and throw it right there. Boom, just like that. So now we have a habitat. Now our habitat is how big? 1968 square meters. So that's going to be plenty enough. We need a 4.125 tall fence, right? So we're going to bring this up to at least a 4.125. So we'll call it a 420. Why not? Looks good to me. And then we can also do the no climbing thing. Climb proof. Which side? Is that the right side? No, that's the right side. There we go. Boom. Got it. All right. So it's not climbable. We're good to go there. I say let's just go ahead and go into our animal trading. We're gonna take a look at our storage, and we are gonna move all of these guys out into the wilds. We need to kind of add some enrichment items and some climbing items and stuff like that, but let's at least get them in here. Just gotta get live feedback, you know what I mean? Like, getting live feedback is important. Uh-oh. Habitat cleanliness is a disease risk. I'm gonna call a keeper to it. Make sure everything's good there. Maybe we just have a few too many, I don't know, bathroom breaks or something. I'm not sure what's going on. All right, so we've got our first ones coming in here. Welfare is not good. First of all, we need hard shelter. We need better terrain distribution. So this is the easiest stuff to take care of. So we're gonna come in here. We're gonna look at terrain. We need to paint some short grass. All right, boom, that looks good. Something like that, and then we could take a little more grass. Boom, there it is. All right, that's the perfect habitat mix there. Now we also need some climbable areas. So we're gonna go into our habitat, take a look at some of our climbing structures. Large animal climbing frame, like something like this, is gonna be kind of cool, and we should set this up over near the people so they can see it. So I'm gonna put that over there. We have, I mean, oh, this thing that's actually like way cooler than the first one. I'm gonna stick them both together like that. Boom, that's pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie. All right, so let's see how we're doing. What do you think, Chisulo? How you feeling, bro? Do you not see?
My, you have been busy, haven't you? Splendid. But now that you've adopted all these lovely new species, we need to make sure they're nice and happy. So let's get the average welfare across the zoo nice and high, shall we? And by we, I mean you. Go on, get to it.
Dude, he's saying that he has 9.4 square meters. Look at your playpen over here. I mean, I can add some more of this stuff in. Climbing frame. I mean, these guys aren't considered small animals, are they? They're pretty large. I can throw this little thing over here on the edge if you wanted me to. Something like this. So looking at their environment, they like tropical, and that's what we're gonna look for here. Africa and tropical. So we're gonna come into to nature. We're gonna take a look at from the African continent in the tropical biome. And, I mean, are they gonna like, tamarind trees, maybe? Yeah, that added to our climbable area. I think they like that. We're just gonna go for a big water bowl out here. We could have a feeding platform out here as well. Obviously, they're gonna wanna be able to eat and stuff. We probably wanna take a look at some enrichment items for the Western chimp. Yeah, see, all of these things, it says that all of these are good. So I'm just not, I mean, we could put some little, you know, posts throughout. I'm not really sure what these guys need, because I feel like we've provided it. I mean, we're starting to get up there with the climbable area. I don't think it's counting these things as climbable areas. Let me delete that and see what happens. Yeah, for whatever reason, our big things that we added in aren't working. I don't think they're considered large animals. Yeah, okay, I guess all the small things are working way better. Interesting. Okay. They really didn't like the big ones, but that's fine. I thought it was kind of cool, but that's whatever. Let's take a look at shelter options. We already have some nicely themed ones from the zoo. I don't think we need too big of one. I think I'm gonna put it along on the back wall over here, so if they do want to get away, then they can. So we're gonna go ahead and put it right there by the tamarind tree. We could probably put a little bit of bedding back there. Make sure they have a place to truly relax and hang out together. Food enrichment and toy enrichment is not good. So we're gonna take a look at habitat. We're gonna take a look at toys. So we're gonna go for like let's go for a little bobbin up on this thing. A mirror mobile maybe up here. How about a little sprinkler over in this corner, and then maybe I didn't know they liked boxes, but we can put a box there. Food enrichment, we could put a little roller next to their main feeding area. Kind of a good idea. And then we could put a little toy puzzle feeder. Maybe they have to climb up top, and if they figure it out, they can, well, it's got plants next to it, so we'll put it over in here. Look at this guy playing with the box. For whatever reason, the toy enrichment isn't working, but we have plenty of toys in there. Like, I really don't understand. There's a ton of toys in there. But terrain looks good. Looks like they want a little bit more hard shelter. We could put, I wonder, does this count as hard shelter if we bring it over here and we put it up on top of this? I'm a little bit worried about them potentially getting out. But this, there we go. That counts as hard shelter. See, that's kind of cool. And I feel like that looks pretty nice and custom there. Although I think they could probably make that jump if they wanted to. Everything seems to be going well here. Let me take a look at this. Our Goliath Frog that we put in there. Man, he's not doing as well as we would hope. He needs a better layout and it's too hot. Okay, this is my fault, bro. Temperature is 1 degree too hot. So we're gonna bring it. Nope. Try 32. 32. All right. So that was my bad, honestly, on me. Layout providing enrichment features. So we need a little bit more enrichment. We do not have him researched. So if we go to our vet research here, we are going to take good old Kathy off of the lemurs that we had her on before. There he is right there, the Goliath Frog. So we're going to get her researching that. We're going to give him a little bit more enrichment. Then he should be good. I do feel bad about that. I feel like we kind of forgot about him. Just kind of set him in a box and forgot he was there. Let me see who else is not doing well. Looks like the bonobos could use a little bit of help. Enrichment is something we need. Okay, I mean, that's easy enough. So we're gonna go into habitat. We're gonna take a look at not the Western chimpanzee, but we are gonna look at the bonobos. And we are gonna take a look at some enrichment items. So we can put a little forager here. We could put a block of frozen fruit. We could put another little forager over here. A termite mound over here, and I would think that that's going to put us in a good spot. I'm not sure why they boxed everyone up, but we can unbox them, and that should be good. I'm going to go ahead and speed up time here so we can get some more research on that Goliath Frog, and I think we should be in a good spot. Oh, you know what? I didn't mean to sell you guys short. I realize you guys like other toys and stuff too, so we're gonna throw some of these balls and musical instruments and whatever else in here. Maybe a couple blocks of ice. Just so you guys, you have plenty of enrichment. All right, so that should be good. Vet research is complete, so we can go ahead and grab this. Let's see what we can do for homeboy over here. So we're gonna come into the layout. We could do a wide hollow log, a narrow hollow log. Why not do all three? Look at him down there, dude. He's huge. That is a big boy. I hope you like your logs, bro. Hopefully that starts to help out. It keeps boxing up animals when I don't tell it to. I'm not sure what's happening. I don't think they're getting out. But apart from that issue, it seems like everything's going well. The welfare across the board is pretty good. Looks like these red ruffed lemurs could use a little bit of enrichment. But apart from that, we've got things pretty much locked down. So the red ruffs are here. I mean, a lot of these are very, very similar.
Lovely job there. You should be proud of yourself. Not only have you expanded the zoo and kept the animals as happy as Larry, but you didn't bankrupt us in the process. Amazing.
Wow! Well, you've certainly transformed the zoo. I barely recognize it. A wonderful new exhibit, some fascinating new species, and you've done wonders for the animals' welfare by enriching their habitats. Who doesn't love playing with a 3-foot wide soccer ball, huh? I mean, other than professional soccer players. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't easy, though. I expect money was tighter than a possum's pouch. Plowing all those funds back into the welfare of the animals doesn't make running these places a picnic. Although, it does make me feel a little less guilty about how much our gift shops charge.
Fair enough.
No. As far as I'm concerned, the only reason to run a zoo is to help animal kind. Sadly, it appears some other people have far less noble goals.
See what I mean? It's odd. It keeps putting them in these boxes. We have to figure out why that's happening. But there you guys have it. That's kind of our first little career mission there. I honestly had fun with that, and I think this one is labeled as a tutorial. I think other ones are more about, like, kind of building things up, and it just gives you objectives. I think this is fun. Obviously, I kind of prefer opening our own zoo a little bit more, but I would be down to run through some of these career missions as we go along. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys want to see more career? Do you want to see us just open our own zoo? Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.